that shall come, and all tribulations so just a faithful and man as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, welfare of our county and our country, and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Honorable members, clerk, read the orders.
Orders of the day, today Wednesday, 2nd August 2023 at 2:30 p.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Leader of the majority party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the Assembly. Today, the 2nd of August 2023. 1. Business of the County Assembly for the coming week. The Makueni County Assembly Car Mortgage Fund Zero Value Addition Policy 2023. The Makueni County Sand Conservation and Utilization Authority quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Makueni County Assembly quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Makindu Sub-County Hospital quarterly reports on financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Kambu Sub-County Level 4 Hospital quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Kisau Level 4 Hospital quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. I thank you. There are more. The Tawa Sub-County Level 4 Hospital quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Kibwezi Sub-County Level 4 Hospital quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Mboni Sub-County Level 4 Hospital quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Makueni County Referral Level 5 Hospital quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. I thank you.
Honorable members, the Makueni County Mining and Mineral Value Addition Policy stands committed to community environment to report back to the house within 90 days. Further to that, the Makueni County Assembly Car Mortgage Fund report for the financial year period ended 30th June. The Makueni County Sand Conservation Utilization Authority reports financial statement for the period ended 30th June. Makueni County Assembly quarterly reports for financial year statements for the period ended 30th June 2023. The Makindu Sub-County Hospital, Kambu Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Kisau Level 4 Hospital, Tawa Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Kibwezi Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Mboni Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, and Makueni County Referral Level 5 Hospital quarterly reports for the financial statements for the period ended 30th June. Stands committed to the Committee on Finance and report back to the County Assembly within 90 days. Chairperson Committee on Water, Sanitation, Chairperson Committee on Water and Sanitation. to lay a paper.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly. The report on Committee of Water and Sanitation on the lack of sewerage system in Sultan Hamud in Kaskeo Ward. I lay.
Chairperson, Committee on Procedure and Rules.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The report is not ready, and the Honorable Speaker, I would request that you give us 21 days to prepare and bring the report to the Assembly.
Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm seeking for 21 days so that we can bring the report in the Assembly. The report is not ready.
Did you mention something ECM?
No.
Oh. Fair enough. Chairperson, Committee, Gender, Children, Youth, Sports and Social Services to table Committee report on Makueni County Sports Policy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Makueni County Assembly Sports Policy was tabled on the floor of the House on 12th June 2023 and committed to the committee to report within 21 days. The committee is awaiting a response from the Kenya Law Reforms through the Legal Counsel, who are doing correspondence. They did correspondence, and we are waiting for the feedback from Kenya Law Reforms. Also, the House leadership is supposed to plan for a public participation on the same. So the committee requests for your opinion, reviews and proposals regarding the policy from the relevant institutions. So we seek to be given more time so that some of the correspondence can come back to us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
How much time do you require?
14 days, Mr. Speaker.
Fair enough. To lay a paper. 14 days to lay a paper. Correct?
Yes.
Correct?
I think we should have done a public participation before then.
Or you're saying that you cannot proceed unless a public participation is complied with?
I believe so.
So presumably, if public participation is done within 14 days?
Yeah.
Fine. A chairperson, Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning, lay a paper, Makueni County Executive State of Public Officers, car loan and mortgage financial statement as at that 1st of March 2023.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I hold brief for the chair, Finance, Mr. Speaker.
You're a member of the Finance Committee?
Finance Committee. We have just communicated, Mr. Speaker.
Are you a member of?
I'm not a member of that committee, but I speak on this.
In the interim, you are chair selection for now. Hold your horses.
So can I communicate that we have spoken, or that is?
If the vice chair or another member is not sufficient enough to, then only then the leader of the majority can come to clarify. If you clarify before, it means no other member in that committee will get an opportunity.
Okay, stand guided.
Yes, yes. But for now, you are chair selection. I will remind you when you are leader majority. Member of Finance Committee. Vice Chair. A member? None. Chair selection?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And that's the reason I rose at that early stage. Because, Mr. Speaker, I am aware that the committee is undergoing a training in Machakos for 2 days. And he has made a prayer that they be allowed to lay the paper on Monday, 2:30 p.m.
Fair enough. Leader majority. Chairperson, Public Investment Accounts Committee. Vice Chair. You lay a paper, don't make a maiden speech. You just lay a paper. You will do that at your committee level, not here. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we have 2 papers to lay. One of the papers is the county executive report ending on 30th June 2021, which we adopted, but it is still going through approvals, so we wish we be allowed to lay it on Monday. Then the second paper, we wish to have another around 10 days, up to 15th, so that we can lay, because we have not interrogated the accounting officers. They asked for a brief, and we allowed them to skip up to next week when we have the interrogations on Monday. Then we will be coming up with a report the other week. So we wish to be excused and given more time for these 2 major papers, very important papers, Honorable Speaker. And as you are aware, I was a chair for 5 years implementation, and now I'm the leader of minority. So I have no issue with that. Thank you, and I'm not making a maiden speech. My chair has just come in. He's coming from the ground.
While he was away,
I held a brief for him.
the vice chair was effective.
Yes, very effective. And my members here, Honorable Mutike and Honorable Mutinti and Honorable Joy. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kalunda, Vice Chair, please ensure that you do so. We have quite a number of reports that are coming from the control of budget. They're piling up. So you have to handle that. Remember, the Public Investments and Accounts Committee, since the inception of this third assembly, has not presented a report on investments. It's about time you advise us whether you feel that you are the capacity, and even not capacity, whether you have time to look into the county investments. One, we have Makueni Food Development, we have a number of cooperatives, we have a number of circles in this county. There's a lot of public investments around that require oversight. So just think through that, because I gather as a speaker that's an area that we are forgetting, and it is public investments that spurs economic growth.
That's very good. We will look into that, and we promise to execute.
Very well. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, to give a notice of motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this Assembly adopts the report of the Committee on Water and Sanitation on the lack of sewerage system in Sultan Hamud in Cascade Ward, laid on the table of the Assembly on 2nd August 2023. Thank you.
Chairperson, Committee on Procedure and Rules, not applicable. Chairperson Committee on Gender, Children, Youth and Sports on policies not applicable. Chairperson Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning. That will be done on Monday next week. Public Investment Accounts Committee. You have 2 papers. The notices of motion will be given after you lay the papers. Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Leader of the majority party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Orders number 47, Part 2A and 55 of the County Assembly Standing Orders, I rise to give a statement on the business of County Assembly for the coming week. Mr. Speaker, sir, the following business has been tentatively scheduled to be transacted by the County Assembly in the coming week. On Monday, the 7th of August 2023, on papers and notices, tabling of the report of the County Public Investments and Accounts Committee on the consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the Makueni County Executive for the year ended 30th June 2021. A notice of motion shall be given as well. Tabling of the report on the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning on the Makueni County Executive, State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Fund quarterly financial statements as at March 31, 2023. A notice of motion shall be given as well. On statements, respond to the statement regarding persons with disabilities in the county as was requested by the Honorable Member Nzawe Kilili Kalamba Ward. On motions, Mr. Speaker, motion for the adoption of the report on the Auditor General on Mboni Water and Sanitation Company Limited for the year ended 30th June 2021. Motion for the adoption of the report on the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning on the Makueni County Emergency Fund annual reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2022. On 8th of Tuesday, August 2023, in the morning plenary, on papers and notices, tabling of the report of the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning on the Makueni County Bursary Fund quarterly reports and financial statements as at 31st March 2023. On Finance, Socio-Economic Planning on the Makueni County Revenue Fund quarterly reports and financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2022. Motion for the adoption of the report of the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning on the Government of Makueni County Consolidated Reports and Financial Statements for the year ended June 30th, 2022. In the afternoon plenary, Mr. Speaker, on motions, motion for the adoption of the report on Makueni, of the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning of the Makueni County Assembly quarterly reports and financial statement as at March 31st, 2023. Motion for the adoption of the report of the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning on the County Executive State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Fund quarterly financial statements as at 30th June 2022. Mr. Speaker, motion for the adjournment of the County Assembly. There shall be a meeting of the Business Committee on the 7th August 2023 at 9 a.m. Pursuant to decisions of the meeting, any additional business may be scheduled to be transacted by the County Assembly during that week. I thank you.
Chairperson Committee on Gender, Children, Youth, Sports Services to respond to statement regarding expenditure of funds for youth sports development in Bon Ward as requested by Honorable Elizabeth Muthiki. On this particular issue, the chair then directed that you inform this House what happens when Assembly has been misinformed. That was a contentious issue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we engaged the legal department on the same so that we can get a clear response on the same. And we got a way forward whereby this is the way forward as a committee after an advice. The committee requests for direction to give a conclusive response regarding the matter by 8th August.
Order, Chairperson. The question is very simple. But in your report, you indicated that between 25th by 30th, you will have resolved issues surrounding the sports.
Sure.
As at 31st, that did not happen. But a commitment was given by your committee.
Yes.
There are two things. Either you take responsibility for misinforming this House as a committee, or you tell us that it is not you responsible, someone else is responsible. So you are agreeing with us that your committee misinformed this House.
Honorable Speaker.
And you know the implications of a committee misinforming the House.
Mr. Speaker, the department of that committee is represented by the Committee on Gender in this House.
Yes.
And the information we give the House, we got from the department, and that's what we presented in this House. And you're aware that, Mr. Speaker, by that time, this issue was with the Treasury. By that time, Mr. Speaker, all the accounts, the money had been swept. So it was not, the department was not in a position.
Chairperson, we are dealing with a class 1 argument. Did the committee and its agents misinform the House? Yes. If you misinform the House and the House of the Representatives, to some extent, you have misinformed the public. So what are the implications? And what have you done about the implications on misinforming? You know, the question was very simple.
Honorable Speaker, as a committee, we are going to summon Speaker, you know, what we presented as, and I want to...
You have said that you sought an opinion from the legal department?
Yes.
So the legal department advised that you summon?
No. This was the, after we got the, we were advised. I want to go through the actions which we were advised, Mr. Speaker.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, can you protect me from the leader of business, because he's really disturbing.
Leader of the majority,
Yes.
Can you grant the member? He's handling a serious matter. Please have your peace. Please have your peace.
Just trying to clear my throat, Mr. Speaker. Maybe that is
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, one, the committee should have been given time to explore all the oversight options on why the payment had not been done as earlier promised by the ECM. Number two, Mr. Speaker, the Department of Gender and Children, Youth, Sports and Social Services did not meet its commitment to pay cash awards to Gathonzweni and Kikumini Muvauni awards between 25th and 30th July as committed in writing to the Assembly. So, Mr. Speaker, we request the following: the committee to request for direction to give a conclusive response. As I said earlier, Mr. Speaker, by 8th of this month, we'll be in a position to give a conclusive response on the same, Mr. Speaker. Number two, that the respective executive department should consider 7th August 2023 as the final day of delaying with payment of the cash awards in the 2 remaining wards, and any further delay, Mr. Speaker, would want to ensure issuance of summons to ECM as provided for in Standing Order number 194. The Macoan County Assembly standing orders or other sections may be provided in the law. So, Mr. Speaker, that is our prayer. By 7th of this month, we will have concluded all the payment issues. That is the prayer of the committee, Mr. Speaker.
Was that a discussion? The Assembly was afraid that you gave a deadline for 30th, which was not honored.
Yes.
You may give another one, which will not be honored. We decided to zero down into misinformation, which you are refusing to address. That being the case, now you are persuading me to refer the conduct of the committee to liaison. And absolutely that is what I'm about to...
Not so, Honorable Speaker.
That's what I'm about to direct. Where a committee is not in a position to execute its mandate to read standing orders, powers and privileges, Ethics Integrity Act, the Constitution, what am I supposed to do?
Honorable Speaker, I think the matter was also beyond the department. It was with the treasurer. That's the reason. And according to them, how they had planned their schedule was between that 25th and 30th, they would have paid. But Mr. Speaker, now as we talk, money is there. And
but that was not the problem. The problem is what you said you did not do. And it has gone to public, it is unanswered. How do we remove it from answered? So you take responsibility and then the payment will be done. Is that okay? Yes or no?
Not so, Mr. Speaker.
Yes or no?
Let's not use that route, Mr. Speaker, but...
honorable members, we trivialize. We make these things to look so simple. When you bring a statement here and tell citizens of Makueni, I undertake to get this done by 30th of this particular month. And you are on record. You are on YouTube. Ordinarily, you have informed the citizen that this is the position. And it is happening in the House of Representatives. And therefore, it is not expected that in the House of the Representative, that information which is not correct should. It behoves the issue of the statement at the committee to have corrected even before they read the statement to say this matter cannot be dealt, and therefore we have revised it's going to be this time. That is the point. That has not happened. You want us to sweep it under this carpet. And imagine that citizens of Kikumbulu, of Kaskeo, are not watching, are not following.
Honorable Speaker, and you are aware that we were on recess for like 3 weeks. And after recess, Mr. Speaker, other things happened, and we find ourselves where we were as at Monday, Mr. Speaker. And we could have solved those issues if we had not gone for recess, Mr. Speaker. No, Mr. Speaker, I think this will be the last commitment that by 7th, we will have cleared all the payments.
Honorable Chair, take your seat. The business at hand, it is not where payment will be done. It is why we misled public. And what happens when you mislead public? That is question 1. You are answering question 7. So if you use the correct answer for question 7 to a question 1, you get a 0. It's a misplaced answer, which is correct for another question. And that being the case, you have not satisfied this House. And therefore, I will give further directions on this matter. You sought a legal opinion, which you have not said whether you are given or not. And if you have been given, you have not bothered to read or to say now the committee discussed, meaning the committee met, discussed, and decided to tell us about future, not the present. Ultimately, we'll have to apologize to people, Makueni. But you want to sweep it. So I'm afraid, Chair, you take your seat. The matter will be canvassed at another level. Is that okay, Chair? I'm not hard on you. It is just blame the framers of the Constitution, not me. I was not there. Perhaps I was in school. You seem dull.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I've read the advice we were given by the legal team.
You want some more time to respond to that matter substantively
Yes,
on Monday?
on Monday, Speaker.
To what happens when you misinform?
Sure. No.
You want us to take to liaison, or you want to deal with that matter substantively?
By Monday, Mr. Speaker, we'll have a good response on the same.
On what?
All those matters.
Only specific one. Very specific. What happens when you misinform? That is what we want to know. And what action now will you take? You want to tell us this is what happens, and now this being the case, we will take this action. It's as simple as that.
On Monday, Honorable Speaker, we will respond on that.
So liaison to hold on.
Let them all the houses, Mr. Speaker.
On Monday at 2:30.
Yeah, Monday I'll do that.
Honorable members, this matter may look very simple, but it's not. When you raise on the floor of this house and give information stating that X, Y, Z will be concluded by this particular date, take your seat, please, Honorable Member. It means that it has gone to public and your citizens and Kenyans are watching. That should be the case. If it has not happened, the first thing that one ought to do is on the day of debate, the first thing you should do is to, notwithstanding the following things have happened, and therefore it is important we plead the intentions of this house to change the goalpost because of the following reasons. But not to assume that either way they were supposed to be paid on 30th, but because of systems, but in next 5 days they will be paid. It can't work like that. If we really value the members of public and the people we represent. Honorable chairs, please take note of that. Chairperson, you come back on Monday. Yes. Your chair was around. What has happened? Oh, okay. Honorable Member for Kaskau, what is it?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir. The way I can see that honorable member talking, and I'm able to read between lines, I'm able to detect a cockroach in it is a bit far. It shows that he's only beating around the bush. It shows that that committee did not meet. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, you have teeth to bite. I think it is good. Even if they give you up to Monday, maybe they will not even bring in a comprehensive answer to that. So I think this is a high time you take legal measures against that committee. And if possible, I'm talking, Mr. Speaker, you are the chairperson for powers and privileges. I'm the vice chairman, Mr. Speaker. And in my docket, right now we have no business as we talk. Can you bring that one as a business, Mr. Speaker? We take action on that one. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Tensio.
The Speaker, your vice chair doesn't seem to understand the mandate of the Powers and Privilege Committee. Can he be suspended or impeached? And I will lead the team to impeach him because he doesn't understand the work as the vice chair of the committee.
What's your point of order?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've heard my fellow member from that committee talk. It shows that very well, Mr. Speaker, that we need some time to be taken to be trained, Mr. Speaker. So that's why, Mr. Speaker, I'm just dilly-dallying, moving here and there, because you have not been taken to... And therefore, Mr. Speaker, on that point...
Order, member.
Member for Tange, you are out of order. And in that case, I overrule you. Take your seat. You can't find another member to be out of order.
was just informing.
And considering that you are a member of the speakers panel, it is presumed that you have acquainted yourself and that you can only speak through the speaker.
Honorable Speaker, you're giving me a chance, and he was talking while I was on the floor.
I had not given you, I had not called you.
Honorable Speaker, the moment I noticed that
the fact that your microphone is on light does not grant you an opportunity to speak.
I withdraw the first sentiments and then allow me to
go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to inform the member that, Mr. Speaker, issues to do with if a committee has not done what is supposed to have done, it is not the Committee on Powers which should take that matter. It's also good, Mr. Speaker, I think you need to take your committee and also educate your vice chair what is supposed to be doing in that committee. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, as honorable member of Kilele last week said that some of the members have been given responsibility which they don't know what they are supposed to be doing. And Mr. Speaker, it is very clear now, and the House now understands that it is true what member alleged, that some of the members, they don't know why they were elected as the vice or chairmen of respective committees. And a good example is the member of Kaskil. So, Mr. Speaker, it's good to educate, and also we need to be taken for trainings so that members will not be taking a lot of time standing and saying nothing, the way he has just done in the last 5 minutes. Thank you.
Now, let me help you. If it is found that your committee misinformed this House as to the duties and responsibilities, is the responsibility of Committee on Liaison. As to the action to be taken to committee members who did not execute or perform their duties as required, then the Honorable Nzai will deal with that committee properly. The Committee on Powers and Privileges will inquire into as to whether you abused or used your privileges and powers as a member of committee properly or inappropriately. And therefore, be kind. Be kind to your chief on your way. You may find him in office. So if anything, talk to him softly, because very soon you may appear before him on a different matter. So the powers and privileges is responsible. Honorable Nzai, you are very much in order. And for avoidance of doubt, Honorable Nzai is a seasoned member in this particular place you are seated. He's a former gazetted councillor, an environmental conservationist. The only councillor who was broken is aunt. So Honorable Katumo, you start to learn a road from Honorable Nzai. He has 2 titles. He's Honorable Councillor Nzai. You only have 1. Honorable Katumo is Honorable Councillor. So hold your horses. That's a hot Volkswagen. So respect old guards. They can seriously dent your bumper. So hold your horses. Just go back. Work on that. Your chair is back. I am told she was engaged elsewhere. But here the answer is we don't have an answer. You have not answered. You are evasive with your committee, and the matter is becoming more serious. Your vice chair has pleaded that the matter is not referred to liaison, that it be granted up to Monday 2:30 to consult you. So I don't know whether we conclude now because you're back, or we take it to 2:30. The chair, of course, our committee is the chair. So we agree with his request for Monday 2:30, and then we'll deal with it. We proceed to the next order. Honorable Chair for Powers and Privileges, don't talk much. You will act when appropriate. What is it now?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. In respect of my position as a Vice Chair for Powers and Privileges, you know, the last statements from that honorable member had proved to be not good to me, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I beg he stands up, withdraw those words, and apologize apologetically to me as an honorable member of Cascale and as a Vice Chairperson of Powers and Privileges, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Nzai, I didn't find anything not...
He said I'm capable, I must be impeached, something like that. So he apologized.
The chair said you have a lot of powers. So you don't have to listen to him. I think I rule on that matter. That ultimately, you are after liaison, it will come to you. So just wait. He will appear before you. Next order. Next statement. Chairperson Committee on Transport and Infrastructure, Housing, to respond to statement regarding county vehicles, machinery as requested by member for Mulale Mali Ward. Member from Boni, I take note that the member from Mulale Mali Ward had requested to be away until today. Further that, I take note that this statement is not limited to his area of representation, that touches on the entire county, and therefore I direct you proceed and give the response.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, I hereby raise to give a response to the statement regarding the county vehicles and machinery as was requested by Honorable Cosmas Kaleli, MCA Emali Mulale Ward, on 20th May 2023. In the statement, the Honorable Member stated that to ensure accountability and effective management of the county vehicles, there should be proper record and management as stipulated under Section 153, 1A and B of the Public Financial Management Act 2015. Further, he stated that there has been an acute shortage of ambulances services in the county health facilities, which has been occasioned by lack of ambulances in the said facilities, despite the county having acquired a number of them. Further, the county has purchased machinery with the view of grading the county roads, excavating dams, and drilling boreholes, among others. Most of the county projects which ought to have been implemented using the county machinery face delays due to unavailability of the said machinery. The Honorable Member sought clarification of the following. And Mr. Speaker, you allow me to go to question and answer. A, whether the county has a vehicle and machinery inventory register. The answer is yes, the county has a vehicle and machinery inventory register. B, if yes, provide a detailed list of all county vehicles and machinery, including the year of purchase, the status, the location, registration number, and the user department. The Speaker, find the attached Appendix 4. Appendix 4 gives all the details. The Speaker, when you peruse and the attachment 4, we have the registration number of every vehicle, the engine number, the chassis number, the make or model and model, the acquisition value of the same vehicle, the acquisition date, and the county, the sub-county station where the vehicle is stationed, and the status or remarks about the functionality of the said vehicle up to date. Question C, whether the department conducts a regular audit of the county vehicles and machinery inventory, track their utilization and maintenance to ensure seamless delivery of services, provide evidence, if any. The answer is the county secretary reported that all the drivers are all the issues regarding the assigned vehicles. The logbook is checked on a regular basis. This is in addition to the statutory work tickets. The county secretary further provided a sample of the field logbook and a vehicle audit report. The Speaker, we have an appendix attachment, Appendix 5. The Speaker, the logbook issuance form in Appendix 5, the ID number of the driver, the department to the driver, the registration number, and the signature of the driver. So, Mr. Speaker, that logbook sample is attached. These details, there has been allegations that some county vehicles and machineries have been withheld by the companies servicing them due to lack of payment for unknown reasons. Provide details including the number of such of those county vehicles, the names of the companies withholding those county vehicles, and the amounts owed to each such company. Finally, what action has the department put in place to address that matter? The following vehicles are held by dealers due to outstanding payments. On that table, Mr. Speaker, there's the dealer, outstanding payment, vehicle registration number, the department which the vehicle belongs to, and the status or amounts of shillings. The vehicles are listed there. Like we have one Isuzu EA, the outstanding payment being Kenya shillings 11,807,433. That amount is for vehicle number, registration number 17, CG330A. There's one department, environment. The amount owed is 377,900. The list, Mr. Speaker, is very clear of all the vehicles and the amounts that need to be paid. The action. The Office of the County Secretary was working on, in consultation with the County Treasury and the other departments to have the pending bills paid in order to collect the withheld vehicles for utilization in the county. The department has shared the invoices with the respective departments which provided timelines upon which they shall pay and collect the withheld vehicles as follows. A, County Secretary CPSB has paid and awaiting the collection of their vehicle. B, Office of the Governor, 3 vehicles. Health, 1 vehicle. And Environment, 1 vehicle, to be paid by 30th June 2023. C, the remaining vehicles for the following departments: agriculture, water and sanitation, health, services, finance, education, transport, and Office of the Governor, to be paid in the next financial year as the vehicle head of the department has been exhausted. Mr. Speaker, we have Appendix 6. Mr. Speaker, you can say the payment vouchers that are explaining the vehicles and the payments. You have the various departments that have attached their payments, their payment vouchers. Question E, whether there are established policies and procedures on the use of the county vehicles and machinery, such as guidelines for personal use, maintenance, responsibility, and requirements. If yes, provide evidence of the same. The county secretary reported that the county government has a transport policy in place, and that is attached in Appendix 7. F, whether the department has a fuel management system to account for the daily fuels consumption by each vehicle for the financial year 2022-2023. Provide such fuel management system. There is a fuel card management system that is used by the department. The fuel is managed by the accounting officers in their respective department as budgeted, while the fleet coordination function only carries out facilitation for fuel card for the departments. Considering that the response was the response should have been delivered before the day of today, Mr. Speaker, the department is making a follow-up to find out what has happened to date. So, Mr. Speaker, the committee wrote to the department to get an update and evidence of whether any further payment has been done. So, Mr. Speaker, we have a letter that was written by the committee on 28th July requesting for information on the unpaid bills of the vehicles dealers by the departments. Mr. Speaker, if you allow, I will read the letter. Article 176, Part 1 of Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides for establishment of county government consisting of the county assemblies and all that. And Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Infrastructure, Transport and Public Works and Energy is in receipt of the letter reference number GOM-CA volume 57 dated 27 June 2023 regarding the above subject matter. The letter provided for timelines for payments for motor vehicles withheld by dealers. The committee considered the information and found out that most of the timelines provided have lapsed. Therefore, it requests you to provide the status of the payment of the outstanding bills and the number of vehicles collected as at today. You are requested to submit the information to the office of the undersigned by Wednesday, 2nd August 2023. So, Speaker, that is today. Kindly note that the committee is working under strict timelines. So, Mr. Speaker, we are waiting for the final update, and that was supposed to be delivered by today. So, Mr. Speaker, we request you to allow us to report to this House on next Tuesday. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
But who has a contribution to that? Leader of the Majority?
No, sorry, Mr. Speaker. I was not raising to do this, just receiving a call from the Azimio leadership.
So, Chairperson, you are satisfied?
the committee is making a follow-up. Mr. Speaker, due to the timelines that have been given, and considering that we are in a new financial year, we are going to follow and report and give an updated information by Tuesday next week. Thank you.
No, I'm asking whether you're satisfied with the progress as it is at the moment. And that on Tuesday, you are on record for avoidance of misinforming. Fair enough. Do so. Chairperson, Capital Devolution Public Service, County Administration Program to respond to a statement as requested by member for Tulimani Ward.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The members just stepped out, but I will go slowly that you may find us in the preliminary. Is that in order?
I'm not sure. We can, the member is out.
He's picking a call from Azimio as he alludes.
Then how do we proceed?
By the time I'm done with the preamble, you will be back. Big leaders don't talk long. If it's true, it's from such. But if it's from another quarter, you may take the whole hour.
I'm afraid we may not proceed if the request of the statement is not in the House. We have to defer.
Then you can advise.
Honorable members, that marks the end of the business for today. At time now being 15:49 hours, the Assembly stands adjourned until Monday, 7th of August, year 2023 at 14:30 hours.